Well, that is it. We are out and we are sailing. It is blustery and beautiful. Behind me is Rockland, Maine. And yeah, just trying to dial Mongo in. Kind of all over the place right now. But we'll get it sorted. So, see you later, land. We'll miss ya. It'll be a while. But yeah, looks like decent weather for the first little bit. Sorry, a lot of lobster pots out here. Probably do this again in a minute. Woohoo! Woohoo! Day one. I don't know if you can see that right there. That is one of the ledges. That's Malcolm's ledge. I'm out here by Matinicus and a couple other islands, so just barely able to miss that one. You can see it with the waves, which is nice. But I also obviously saw it with the navigation stuff. But yeah, no buoy on that one. So mostly it's all lobster pots. Real pain. They're everywhere. But boy, it's gorgeous already. Cold, blustery sort of day. Luckily it's all offshore winds. So wind chop, no big deal. Waves, no big deal. But we're definitely moving, but the wind is starting to die. You know, it is what it is. So we're gonna keep going. Hopefully, hopefully we don't freeze to death tonight, because it's absolutely ice cold out here. Oh, first night, Gulf of Maine. We're pretty much, you know, somewhere in the middle. Freezing cold. See my breath down here. So I'm hanging out up top. It's about 30, between 30 and 35 degrees. Pretty cold, but hanging in there. I'm probably gonna have some more coffee or make some hot noodles or something, just to make it through. But the winds are dying off. You know, kind of knew it was gonna happen. I'm gonna get totally flat becalmed here tomorrow, and then we'll be waiting for this next low to come spin through, and then the winds are gonna pick back up after that. So not the greatest thing to wait for, but at the same time, once that passes through, then it's hard charging. So I'm just sort of gonna enjoy my time in the Gulf of Maine. I was trying to go straight downwind, you know, kind of in the right direction that I wanted to go, and I don't know, it wasn't very comfortable. The boat was rolling, so I decided, to hell with it. I'm gonna throw the staysail up and peel off, you know, heat the old angle up, as they say, and so that's made it more comfortable for sure. I think in a couple hours or something I'll probably tack and then go back out towards Nova Scotia, and because I want to go north of George's Bank, just to sort of stay in a good position for this next low that's coming in. But it'll be short-lived. Hopefully I only have to go hove to for like 12 hours, and then we'll go from there. But yeah, it's beautiful out. Great sunset, nice stars, a little bit of cloud cover, nothing crazy, but yeah, just got my sweet little headlamp up there, and the AIS, that's all that is on, because I'm trying to save as much battery power as possible to keep the old freezer freezing that meat, so that by the time I get to the equator I can still make some sweet egg and ham and cheese. Oh man, already got some sleep. What else could you ask for? I don't know, but it's great. It's so nice to be back out at sea. So that's my update from the night. Oh, it's morning time. Oh, we made it through the first night. Look at that, gorge. Oh man, sunrise. Whew. The winds are down to like 5 to 7 knots, so, and it's cold. I see my breath. I think down below it's just around 40, 42 degrees. So not great, but yeah, I mean, we made it. I know we've got some ugly weather coming starting, I think, tomorrow. Today we're gonna basically get becalmed. So this is gonna turn into from sailing into floating, and we'll go from there. But I got my coffee. I was able to get a few hours of sleep, which is great. And yeah, we'll just sort of play it by ear. I think if it gets really super light, I'll go hove to with some big sails. Just try and hold my position. I got to check the weather and stuff, but we should be getting into that next little low pressure system pretty soon. Luckily, it should be short-lived. Well, it was fun while it lasted. Jeez. Even the seagulls are taking a break. Well, here we are. Just did the noon position on the old chart. We're up here in the Gulf of Maine, pretty much right about there. And we made about 102 miles, or no, 92 miles, something like that. We're at a dead stop now. It pretty much, see the flag flying there? All we've got is the residual chop, and beautiful for sure, but the wind's blowing maybe 2 or 3 knots, and the waves luckily have calmed down a little bit, so that helps. And we should, if the waves keep calming, I'll be able to put the sails back up. But for a while now, it's just a bit too rolly, and this is kind of what happens out at sea. So kicking back, I'm relaxing. I'm gonna get some sleep and just sort of enjoy the sun. Mongo keeping us going. Solar panels are juicing, and yeah, I had some nice breakfast, talked to some people, or texted with some people, and that's basically it. I wait, and we're gonna get easterlies, so before nightfall I'll probably set the storm jib and put the triple reef main in and sort of hove to, if the wind already fills in. But I think it's going to be a whole 24 hours of just drifting. That's about it. Yeah, the easterlies are not going to be great. It's going to blow pretty hard in the 20s, possibly 30s, and but it should be short-lived. And then as soon as the center of the low passes, we'll be in westerlies, and we'll be blasting right along again, and trying to gun for the open ocean. Get me to the stream, get me to the warmth. I don't want to wear winter hats and 6 layers. Done with that. Well, this is us. Hove to, Gulf of Maine. Yeah, so the wind really kicked up probably around like 4 this morning, and which is earlier than the forecast talked about, so I'm kind of hoping it gets on you early and it leaves you early, because I'm not making any headway. It's just kind of a bit frustrating, because all I want to do is sail. I actually went for a quick rip, did about an hour of downwinding just for the fun of it, but yeah, we wait. Hopefully conditions sort of hold like this, or start easing off soon. Because when the wind shift does happen, it's going to be coming from the east or coming from the west, and I'd rather not have to be plowing into big head seas. But according to the forecast, it's supposed to swing around this evening, and hopefully it does. But yeah. Woo. All right, wow. We're definitely not out of it by any means, but it's, yeah. Been a long day. Going on 12 hours of hove to, and the winds have eased off a bit. Well, quite a bit actually, and we're just left rolling in the slop. Still got the triple reef main and the storm jib up there, so we're still hove to. Winds seem to be kind of clocking around a little bit. It's kind of an eerie sight out there. Woo! But yeah, it is what it is. Just got to kind of wait for the seas to clean up a little bit. As the wind sort of shifts from southeast to south. It's pretty much south now, but it's going to be shifting around to the west and then picking back up. Luckily though, when it does that, I'm going to run with it instead of hold my position hove to, which is just it's a little too early in the game for that. I normally like to make sure that I have a good weather window. I did not see this coming. The updated forecast that I got was for near gale conditions. I thought it was going to be more in the fresh breeze, but in any event, Sparrow did great, held up really well, and the sails held on. Now we just got to make our way, because we've only made about 90 miles from Rockland at this point, and we're entering the third day of sailing. So what can I say? Patience is a virtue, and sailing will teach you, well, sailing will just command that you be patient, because you have to be. So wait it out, hopefully get some sleep tonight, and hopefully cruise past George's Bank tomorrow. All right, we are getting close to passing by George's Bank. It's the day after the near gale. Epic third day. Now it's the fourth day, and still blowing pretty good. It's sort of off and on now, but I'm still triple reef with the storm jib, but I'm actually sailing. We're reaching across. The waves luckily have chilled and made it so I don't have to really run with it to avoid the big breakers. But yeah, we didn't have too much, I suppose you can't see much back there, but yeah, not too bad. Had a bottle of Jack Daniels pop out unopened from a cupboard, and the cap blew off, so it smells like a bar room in here. But yeah, soldier down. But yeah, we're doing all right. We're headed towards the northeast channel, which is the deepest little cut in between Brown's Bank and George's Bank. Just want to sort of go for that, because if things decide to get really hairy again, I want to be in as deep a water as possible. George's gets down Really shallow. Brown's Bank, not so much, but still, it's a place you want to definitely be cautious. I've always been weary of the whole George's Bank area, but the forecast I just downloaded looks pretty decent. Definitely going to be windy for a few days, so hopefully we'll be able to make some tracks to the southeast and put some distance between me and the coast. Well, we got the old aftermath of the near gale from yesterday. Winds were steady right around 30, 29, gusting way up above that, but woo, now we just bounce up and down, back and forth. Woo! Yeah, most of this is just the residuals, but luckily the southeast waves have all but ceased, and now we're just dealing with these easterlies. And George's Bank is about 50-60 miles that away, and gave it an exceptionally wide berth because really is not a place to tango with if the weather is so unsettled. But got these squalls coming in about every 30 minutes or so. You can see the next one over there. So they crank the wind up a little bit. Got a pretty conservative sail plan, just the triple reef main and a storm jib. And in between them, it lacks power, to say the least, but when the squalls come in, it's just about perfect. Here comes a bit of fresh breeze for the next round. It's kind of interesting when you get these conditions where it kind of oscillates a little bit, and you essentially, I don't know, I mean, I always just would rather be underpowered for a little bit and then right on, rather than overpowered, because I'm gonna be out for a while. Gotta take care of old Sparrow, because Sparrow will take care of me.